And this is going to be your starting lineup in the 99C. That is Cody Loudry. And to the outside, Jeremy Kingsey in the 88K. Inside of row number 2, the 96 car, that is Gage Cook. And to his outside in the D1, that is Derek Anderson. Jeremy Schell and Travis Coover make up row number 3. And Dawson Posnecker in the 20P at the back of the pack. Looks like a car not making the call. That's going to be the 17S of Jeremy Schnell. The 88K of Jeremy Kingsey, though, he's going to get to the race lead, but here comes Travis Coover. Travis Coover, like a rocket off turn number 2, takes the race lead. Gage Cook battling for that second spot with the D1. That is Derek Anderson. They're going to be side by side for that second place. Here comes Cody Laudry. Cody Laudry in the 99C. He's going to have your third spot now. Here comes Posnecker. Dawson Posnecker in the 20P. Oh, getting a little loose off turn number 3 and 4. Travis Coover out with the race lead, though. That 7-Eleven car with a straightaway advantage over Gage Cook in the second spot. Cody Laudry in the 99C running in third, and here comes Posnecker trying to get around the D1 of Derek Anderson. Posnecker's going to have that fourth place spot. Looks like the 88K of Jeremy Kingsey is pulled off the track. Hopefully we see him back for the feature. Travis Coover, though, out in front. Gage Cook in that second spot. Cody Laudry in the 99C in second. But here comes Posnecker to his back bumper in the 20P. White flag coming out this time by for your race leader, Travis Coover in the 7-Eleven car. White bed sheet is out one more time around for your race leader, the 7-Eleven of Travis Coover. Gage Cook still holds on to that second spot by a mile. Cody Laudry in the third spot. Posnecker in fourth as Travis Coover takes the checkered flag along with Gage Cook. Posnecker getting all sorts of slideways through 3 and 4. Drag race to the finish line. Posnecker's going to finish ahead of Derek Anderson. Brian Harms in the 48 out of Norfolk, Nebraska, into the inside of row number 3. To his outside, the 56. That is Nate Buck. And starting shotgun on the field in the N26 car, that is Bo Cleveland. 8 laps of distance. Top 3 transfer to tonight's A main. Shannon Pospisil and Stephanie Reynolds on your front row as they lead the field into turn 3 and 4. Green flag's going to come out, and we're heat race number 2 racing. Shannon Pospisil out to the race lead. Here comes Tanner Euling on the inside. Tanner Euling and Stephanie Reynolds side by side off turn number 2. Here comes Nate Buck in the 56. Is he going to pull side by side with Brian Harms for that fourth spot? Shannon Pospisil with the race lead. Tanner Euling takes over second from Stephanie Reynolds. Nate Buck taking over fourth from Brian Harms. Aaron Warman and Bo Cleveland going to do battle here coming into turn number 3 and 4. But out in front, it's Shannon Pospisil in the 00. Here comes Tanner Euling to the inside now. Tanner Euling to the inside, down the back straightaway as they come into turn number 3 and 4. The 58T wants a race lead. Oh, Shannon Pospisil getting a little loose. He's going to get shuffled back to second. Stephanie Reynolds in third, Nate Buck in fourth. And then a few car lengths back to the 48 of Brian Harms. Tanner Euling with the race lead. Shannon Pospisil wants it back as they come through turns 3 and 4. Stephanie Reynolds hanging on to third, but here comes Nate Buck in the 56 car. He's going to cut to the left rear fender, but here comes Shannon Pospisil now. He's going to challenge back for that race lead. Shannon Pospisil on the bottom. Tanner Euling up on the top side. Who's it going to be at the stick? It's going to be the 58T. Tanner Euling still with the race lead, but Pospisil trying to get a run on the bottom. Stephanie Reynolds still in that third place spot, and Nate Buck in fourth as top four have separated themselves from the other three. Aaron Warman with 2 laps to go is going to be in your fifth spot, and side by side between Bo Cleveland and Brian Harms at the back of the pack. Nate Buck to the inside of Stephanie Reynolds. Now checks up just a little bit to avoid contact. Tanner Euling's going to see the white flag this time by 1 lap to go for your race leader. Shannon Pospisil running in second. Stephanie Reynolds in third. Nate Buck in fourth. Top 3 transfer to tonight's A main. Nate Buck trying to get that last and final transfer spot. He's going to throw it in hard in turn number 3. Not going to be able to get it done, though. Tanner Euling taking home the heat race win. Shannon Pospisil in second. Stephanie Reynolds in third. Nate Buck in fourth. And Aaron Warham, your top 5 in the 88W. As we're going to be going green this time by 6 cars, 8 laps, top 3 to tonight's A. Green flags are going to come out and we're underway. Oh, the 3K of Christy Rosberg. Slow start. She's going to get shuffled all the way to the back. The 19 of Trent Johnson out with the race lead. Here comes Dustin Jackson. Dustin Jackson running in that second spot now. But Jason Wilkinson, he started at the back. He's up to third, battling with Ryan Feynman in the 3 and Lance Milkey in the 7. Here comes Dustin Jackson, though, to the inside of the 19 of Trent Johnson. Going to battle for the race lead coming into turn number 3. Johnson on the high side, or through the middle. Jackson through the low side. But here comes a 52. Jason Wilkinson in the 52, going to battle on the top side now for that second spot. Wilkinson's going to have the slight advantage coming into turn 3, but Jackson stronger on the bottom. Dustin Jackson in the 22X still holds on to your second spot with Trent Johnson out in front. Wilkinson got a better run off of 2 that time. He's going to have the slight advantage into turn number 3 and almost going to pull to the back bumper of your race leader, Trent Johnson in the 19. Christy Rosberg in the 3K. She comes into turn number 3. She's at the back of the pack. Jason Wilkinson has gotten by Dustin Jackson in the 22X, and he wants another spot. He's going to battle for the race lead coming on the front stretch now. Christy Rosberg going to go a lap down in the 3K here. Jason Wilkinson going to tuck tail behind the 19 of your race leader, Trent Johnson. Dustin Jackson back to third. Ryan Feynman in fourth. TJ Milkey in fifth. As Ryan Feynman in the 3 goes for a half a spin cycle, now coming to a stop at the bottom of 1 and 2. See if he can get it refired and keep going. He's going to back up, but here comes the race leader. Caution flag going to fly for the 3 of Ryan Feynman. Driver out of Albion, Nebraska. So they're going to go green this time by Trent Johnson in the 19. With the race lead. He's going to get a shot in the shorts from Jason Wilkinson to the inside. Now Wilkinson with a great run off turn number 2. And here comes Dustin Jackson and Ryan Feynman. Feynman a little shot in the shorts of the 22X of Dustin Jackson. 2 laps to go this time by new race leader Jason Wilkinson in the 52. Wilkinson going to lead him out of turn number 2. Trent Johnson, your pole sitter, back to second. Dustin Jackson of the 22X runs third. Ryan Feynman in fourth. Top 3 transfer to tonight's A main. Checkered flag going to come out. Jason Wilkinson is going to take home the checkered. Trent Johnson in second, Dustin Jackson in third. Those three will transfer to tonight's AMA, and Ryan Feynman was fourth. And Christy Rosberg, your top five. Side by side, nose to tail, drivers being told green next time by. Before we go green here, I just have to give a shout out to one of our biggest fans on Advantage Racing TV. Hi, Logan. I hope you're doing well, buddy. As they come into turns 3 and 4. Green flag's going to come out, and we're underway with heat race number 4 in your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Anthony Nelson. He is going to get to the race lead. Looks like the 12X of Parker Volbricht. Going to take a back row start. Anthony Nelson with the race lead coming off turn number 4. Nate DeSivey in the 31K going to pull side by side with him. Nate DeSivey wants a piece of the race lead as they're going to pull side by side, but here comes Troy Dowdy in the 17T. He pulls side by side with DeSivey on the inside. Anthony Nelson still out in front. Nate DeSivey, and Troy Dowdy battling for that second spot. Here comes Jim Kimmel in the 17K. Mark Arduzer pulling to the outside of the 17K to battle for that position on the track as well. But out in front, Anthony Nelson starting to pull away just a little bit. 5A car a little too tight through 1 and 2 this time by. Nate DeSivey trying to make up some ground. Mark Arduzer getting way up the track and almost into the wall in turns 1 and 2. Anthony Nelson still with the race lead. Nate DeSivey in the 31K trying to run him down. Anthony Nelson struggling in 1 and 2 again. Nate DeSivey trying to pull to the back bumper. Tanner Dowdy going to get a little shot in the shorts to the 31K. Anthony Nelson, though, with the race lead. Nate DeSivey in second. Troy Dowdy in the 17T. Jim Kimmel in the 17K. Mark Arduzer to the back bumper of the 17K now in the 4 car. White flag comes out one more time around for the Anthony Nelson in the 5A. Nate DeSivey in second. Troy Dowdy in third. Kimmel and Arduzer, your top 5. Checkered flag's going to come out this time by Anthony Nelson with your heat race win. Nate DeSivey in second. Troy Dowdy in the 17T. Those 3 will transfer to tonight's A main. Then Jim Kimmel and Mark Arduzer and Parker Volbricht at the back of the pack. Once again, 12 laps of distance here for your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Top 4 transfer to tonight's A main. Drivers getting the sign going green, and next time by. Once again, top 4 transfer to the A here, 12 laps of distance in tonight's Hobby Stock B feature. Posnecker and Buck lead them into turns 3 and 4. Mike Jensen, green flag in hand, he's going to wave it. And we're underway with your B feature. Nate Buck getting out to the early race lead in turns 1 and 2. Posnecker in second. Side by side is Kimmel and Feynman. Ryan Feynman through the middle in the 3 car. He's going to pull side by side with Posnecker for that second spot. Top 4 transfer to tonight's A main. And that currently is Nate Buck, Ryan Feynman, Dawson Posnecker, and Jim Kimmel. Oh, left front tire looks like going down on the 7 of Lance Milkey. As you see that tire kind of wobbling there on the left front. Smoke coming out of the left front. Oh, the 12 car gets a little slideways. Deep in the field, but we're going to stay green. Nate Buck with the race lead. Here comes Ryan Feynman with a great run out of turn number 2. Ryan Feynman going to challenge for that race lead as he puts it on the high side. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Nate Buck in the 56, Ryan Feynman in the 3. Posnecker in third in that 20P. Here comes Mark Arduzer. Mark Arduzer in the 4 car. He's currently up to that 4th and final transfer spot, putting Jim Kimmel back to 5th. Still a battle for the race lead here coming onto the front stretch. Ryan Feynman by a nose as we got the 88 of Aaron Warman in the 88W going around at the bottom of turn 3 and 4. Great battle up front, though, for that top spot between the 3 of Ryan Feynman and the 56 of Nate Buck. Nate Buck in that 56 car trying to hang on to the race lead. Ryan Feynman in the 3. Great battle up front so far between those 2 cars as they come into turns 3 and 4. Mike's going to wave the green, and we're back to beat feature action. Nate Buck leading them through the high side. Here comes Ryan Feynman. Oh, Buck gets a little loose off turn number 2. Trying to keep it straight. Ryan Feynman's going to get the race lead as they're side by side for that 4th and final transfer spot between Kimmel and Posnecker. Nate Buck in the 2nd spot now. Here comes Mark Arduzer. Arduzer in the 4 to the inside of Posnecker. As you got a gaggle of cars fighting for that final transfer spot. Ryan Feynman with the race lead. Nate Buck sitting in 2nd. Mark Arduzer and Jim Kimmel fighting it out for 3rd and 4th. Currently out on the track right now. Lance Milkey and Dawson Posnecker into the mix as well now too. Ryan Feynman with a great advantage. They are 3 deep for that final transfer spot. Nate Buck getting off the gas. You see him waving that hand inside the car. He is off power as the 88 of Aaron Warman going to pull it pit side. Nate Buck slowing on the inside of the track as Nate Buck going to pull it to the infield. Ryan Feynman with the race lead. Now Mark Arduzer and Lance Milkey battling it out for 2nd and 3rd. Posnecker trying to hold on to that 4th and final transfer spot, but he's under attack from the 17K of Kimmel. Feynman coming up on the lap car of Roseburg in the 3K. Christy Roseburg in the 3K pulling to the inside of the track. As we've got 2 laps to go for your race leader, the 3 are Ryan Feynman. Lance Milkey in the 7 car. Sitting in 2nd. 3rd is Mark Arduzer in the 4 as a white flag comes out. And it's a battle for that 4th and final transfer spot between Dawson Posnecker and Jim Kimmel in the 17K. Posnecker at it at the flag stand. We'll see if he can hang on to it. It's just as I speak. Posnecker going around in turns number 2. Checkered flag going to come out, though. Ryan Feynman is going to transfer to tonight's A main along with Lance Milkey, Mark Arduzer, and Jim Kimmel in the 17K. Tough break for Posnecker as he was battling for that 4th spot, threw it in a little too hard and went around at the bottom of turn number 2. So your top 4 transferring to tonight's A main: Ryan Feynman, Lance Milkey, Mark Arduzer, and Jim Kimmel. All right, drivers now getting the sign that we're going green next time by. Great feature for your stock cars prior to this race. Now it's time for the hobby stocks. As Mike Jensen turns them loose, we're A-feature racing with your IMCA Wild Things hobby stocks. Stephanie Reynolds out to the early race lead. Trent Johnson, he's getting shuffled back. Anthony Nelson trading some paint there with Johnson. Stephanie Reynolds is going to lead lap number 1. Excuse me, the 52 car, where'd he come from? Jason Wilkinson leading lap number 1. Reynolds in second. Coover is going to have your third spot coming off turn number 2. He wants a little bit more than the third spot. He's looking for second. Stephanie Reynolds a little bit squirrely, trying to keep it straight. As Gage Cook in a double out butt shot. Shannon Pospisil battle right behind them for 4th and 5th. Then it's going to be Tanner Ewing, Gage Cook, Lance Milkey, and Trent Johnson in the 19. But out in front in the 52, Jason Wilkinson. He's going to jump out to a comfortable race lead. Oh, Travis Coover pushes up the track. Stephanie Reynolds takes over that second spot, but here comes Shannon Pospisil. Pospisil to the inside of Reynolds now. Reynolds shuffled back to third. Travis Coover trying to make up some spots. Track is a little bit dry, slick. Drivers trying to maneuver a way around it. As a 17 Tia Dowdy off the pace here, he's going to pull it into the infield. We're going to stay under the green flag. Wilkinson, Pospisil, Coover, Reynolds, Ewing. Oh, shot in the shorts from Lance Milkey to Stephanie Reynolds as they're 3 wide coming off turn number 2. Lance Milkey in the middle, surrounded by a couple of 96 cars. Stephanie Reynolds up top. Gage Cook on the bottom. As you got a car going around in turns 1 and 2. Caution coming out for the 99C of Cody Laudry. Going around in turns 1 and 2. Tried to keep it going, but was unable to. And that's going to bunch the field back up. Jason Wilkinson just shot out of a cannon, though. All right, so Jason Wilkinson in the 52 is going to lead the field into turns 3 and 4. Mike Jensen, flag in hand. It waves, and we're back underway. Great start from the 52 car, rocketing out more to the race lead. Travis Coover in the 7-Eleven on the top, Shannon Pospisil on the bottom side. They'll pull side by side coming into turn number 3. Jason Wilkinson out in front. Here comes Lance Milkey, though, through the middle behind them with Tanner Ewing along with Stephanie Reynolds. Side by side for second. Shannon Pospisil trying to get the advantage on the bottom side. Not going to happen. Coover on the top side in the 7-Eleven car. Oh, Jason Wilkinson slows through 3 and 4. As they're still side by side. Travis Coover by a nose at the line. Jason Wilkinson car looking a little tight coming off the corners there. Shannon Pospisil and Travis Coover have caught up to the race leader. Pospisil to the left rear of the 52 car now. Gonna give him a little love tap. A little left side love and right side romance, as Jerry Van Sickle would say. But Wilkinson still assumes the race lead. Nate DeSivey in the 31 car. He's moved up some spots. He started 12th. Now finds himself just outside of the top 5. Jason Wilkinson trying to hang on to the race lead. Shannon Pospisil in the double out buckshot trying to run him down. Travis Coover back to third. Then Tanner Ewing. Then Lance Milkey. And on the outside looking in, knocking on the door is Nate DeSivey in the 31K. Jason Wilkinson car pushing a little bit through the corner. Shannon Pospisil not able to capitalize. Tanner Ewing to the inside of Travis Coover now for third. Here comes Lance Milkey along on the top side with Nate DeSivey. Oh, Stephanie Reynolds gets squirrely. The 96R getting squirrely in the middle of 3 and 4. Travis Coover going way upstairs. He's going to lose a couple spots. Lance Milkey sliding up in front of him. Oh, little tap from Nate DeSivey. as the laps wind down here in your Hobby Stock A feature. Jason Wilkinson is your race leader. Shannon Pospisil trying to run him down in the 00. Tanner Euling running third. Lance Milkey in fourth. Now side by side for fifth. Nate DeSivey and Travis Coover. DeSivey started 12th. He's now knocking on the door to the top 5. White flag will be coming out this time by for your race leader, Jason Wilkinson, as you see the sparks coming off the rotors as he's hard on the brakes. One more time for Wilkinson. Can he hang on? Pospisil in second. Milkey up to third now. Euling in fourth. Coover and DeSivey battling for fifth as DeSivey's going to have it coming off turn number 2. Checkered flag coming out this time by, though. Jason Wilkinson's going to hang on to win. Shannon Pospisil in second. Tanner Euling in third. Lance Milkey in fourth. And Nate DeSivey moving up 7 spots to get a top 5.